Yes, thanks very much indeed. Updates on the BBC Sport website. Now, we've spent the last 3 hours talking about how the 90s band Pulp are releasing a new album, their first in 24 years. It's called More. We couldn't get Jarvis Cocker on the programme. I don't even know whether we tried.
Did we ask?
Did we ask him? You listening, Jarvis? We were alerted to another band who are returning thanks to our listener, Dave in Sale. Dave said, Pulp coming back, fantastic, but I must encourage all of your listeners to listen to the Man from Del Monte, who are reunited at the Academy 2 on Saturday, 34 years between their last and first gig in February. It's going to be mega. We've done some digging. We've made contact with the Man from Del Monte. We will speak to the band's frontman, Mike West, in just a moment, but let's hear some of the band first.
You can return a postcard, you can return a letter, you can return something you bought in exchange for something better, but my love is like a gift. You can't return it even if you want to, even if you want to. Deborah and Turner.
Dubbed as one of Manchester's best kept secrets, the Man from Del Monte back after 34 years. That single, My Love is a Gift You Can't Return. Mike West joins us now, just fresh out of rehearsals. Mike, hello.
Hello, how are you going?
I'm very, very well. Listen, you've got some very loyal fans. They got in touch with the programme. They said, never mind Pulp. What about them? Never mind about them. What about...
It's all very surprising, yeah.
Why now? Why back after 34 years? What's the story?
It's certainly something I never thought would do or would happen, but it has, and it was not the band that did it. It was essentially some fans reached out. Well, to be honest with you, can I be honest? I have two kids. They're in an extraordinary band called the Mud Club with 2 Ds, Mud Club with 2 Ds, and they took this weird interest in the indie band I was in when I was 22, and they began digging around, and they lit some fires, and they began looking for my old records, which I had none of, and then they found these, kind of obscure fan pages, and then they just started this interest started sparking up, and then this very kind man called Ian Lee reached out and asked me and each member of the band if we'd consider reuniting for a one-off gig, and for me personally, because my kids, I thought they'd find it fun. They're in a punk pop band. They put out records. It'd be fun if their old man did this. And I thought, hell, why not? We're all old enough. It's whimsical. It feels like foolish, Like I'm 61 years old. I'm the youngest member of the band, Okay, so just to put it in perspective here.
Yeah. Is everybody still around, Mike? Have you got the original lineup back together?
And yeah, it's all of this as we originally met in 1986, whenever we first got together. It's all the original ones, and we're all exactly the same people. We haven't changed at all. It's bizarre. And we got together, and Ian Lee set up a show for us. I thought it was much too big a venue. This is a couple of months ago. It was the Band on the Wall in Manchester, which was a 500 capacity hall, and it sold out in 10 minutes, which none of us expected.
Wow, wait.
And so, on Saturday we're playing a sold out show at the Manchester Academy, and it's bizarre to me because it's 35 years ago since we sold it out.
Yeah, that's a pretty big space, Academy 2. I've been there a whole bunch of times.
900 people
yeah, that's decent.
Like that. But it's very touching. It's moving because it's people that were high school kids that used to come to our shows back then in Manchester and all over, and it's their heart and their enthusiasm that's made this happen, and it's quite touching.
Can I just ask you, Mike, before you go, we've only got about a minute before the end of the programme, but for your kids who you've talked about so well there, how did you explain the name of the band? Because, we all know, but to explain that
meant nothing to them. They looked it up, and they saw these rather sinister adverts of the guy in the scary hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird thing.
That was a different time and place, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, I'm glad we're past some of that.
Yeah, exactly.
And Mike, I think I've just looked up your kids' band, the Mud Club.
Is it with 2 Ds?
2 Ds. They look very cool, and I think I'm just watching you on stage with them. at
Yeah,
some
they're
point.
amazing.
Oh
Yeah,
my word, that's so cool. You're playing with your kids. Listen, good luck
Yeah.
with the gig and have a
Well,
blast.
and-
Everyone who's going
thank
along.
you so much. All right. Take
Cheers,
care.
Mike.
The man from
Bye-bye.
De Monte, he says,
Go to the gig.
go to the gig. No, don't actually, it's sold out. O2 in Manchester on Saturday. Stick around, football's on the way.
Voice of the UK.
This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
BBC News at 7 o'clock. This is Anthony Birchley.